Welcome back to my channel. Speaking keeps a divide. Why? Like, but they say they hate the divide, but then they stay here and they don't want to speak to us. It's like, well, now there's a divide. There's always going to be divides as long as they don't talk.
Yes, and there's a divide when they have masks on their face too, because we can't have a conversation with.
I mean, I would be proud. Like, I'm proud to support Trump, and that's why I wear my shit.
I lost family because of showing my face and doing this. I said, you're not really about your cause if you have to hide what you're doing. You're hiding it from your family, your friends, and all of the people that matter.
I'm the type of person, if I wasn't outside, I'd be proud. I'd be like, fuck yeah. You know, like, and they have every right to be here. They have every right to be proud, so I don't know why they cover their faces. You don't have to cover your face, like, you have every right to be here.
Okay, so here's the point. Before anybody gets upset.
I'm upset.
People equal money. More people, more money. All right. Basically, money represents production.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't you want people to be legal so they can have a social security number and be tracked and then be money?
I do.
Oh, so you're against illegal immigration?
No, I'm against the amount of immigration. I think we need a lot more of it.
I'm for immigration. We can bring as much as we want.
Yeah.
We can open up more ports of entry if you want.
Do you know what the current quotas on immigration are?
I do, and I'm against them. And Obama had a really big one on Mexicans, and I did not like that at all. And I was against that, so I was against Obama.
Okay, so you want to expand the quota?
I think that it's a possibility we can. I think we can open more ports of entry, but I do not believe that they should come here illegally.
Okay, what about the
we have 360 ports of entry.
What about the people who are here illegal currently? Shouldn't they be brought mainstream to be, taxpayers and whatnot?
I think that why did they show up to the court dates? If you came here illegally, you get a work visa, right?
Let's say an amnesty window of a month or something, where like everybody who's here run down to a naturalization office and you will be a citizen. You got
you can't just say you will be a citizen, because it depends on their criminal record, depends on if they contribute to society, depends on what it is. You know, at Ellis Island, when we used to bring people, if you were sick, we send you back home. So I mean, we want people that are going to contribute to society. So I mean, I think that with stipulation. So I don't think you should say when come here and you'll be a citizen. I think you have a possibility of becoming a citizen if you come here this day. I agree with you on that. Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So then you want more immigrants?
So that I want more immigrants is that I'm not against immigration. I'm just against doing things illegal. I'm against coming here illegally.
Okay, but do you think, okay, so all these illegal people, they just need a legal path.
No one's illegally doing illegal things.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
I am in construction.
I feel like no matter how many times you tell them that you're not against immigration, that you're only against illegal immigration, they still won't get it. Like, fuck my life. They won't get it no matter what. But they want mass migration with no reasoning. So, there you go. This was probably the coolest guy of all of them. He actually had a lot of dialogue and a lot of points that made no sense, but he had points at least. And I don't know why he said he wants more mass immigration. That was really fucking crazy. But I should have asked him before this guy came in and nicely interrupted. But this guy who was running around talking to everybody, this old man was there with a purpose, and I give it to him for that. But yeah, he kind of stole the conversation. So after a couple of minutes, another person came by with a bullhorn, started screaming, "Don't Venezuela, my USA," and it was my time to go. So that was that. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
Really cool talking to you.
California, my USA. Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna go over there though. But thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you.
My USA.
I'm Christopher.
Nice to meet you.
Picture with me, walk away, right? Walk away. Oh, really? Please. Oh my God. Because I'm a groupie.
This was a really cute moment. This lady was really loud, but really cute and really fun. And it's always a fun time running into somebody who saw my walkaway video or who has followed my journey on YouTube or on Facebook. But it was really, really nice moment. She would not stop screaming, but her enthusiasm is everything. I love her.
Walk away from Harry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Trump is your president. Doodles for Trump. Proper doodles for Trump.
That's why I went to downtown with you. Oh, really? Yeah. I had some good conversation with a couple.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you. I was going to say, how are you? This is a great turnout.
We're both liking it.
I know, good. Despite all of those uninvited, it's amazing how many people came.
Dazzling.
I love that.
I can do one better.
At this moment, I was like, oh my God, queen! She is a motherfucking queen! That's amazing.
It's not canceled, people. He's a liar.
I know. I'm so tired of being called anti-Semitic.
I also don't like being doxxed on social media, so hurry, bite me.
Exactly. I'm tired of being called a fake patriot, a fake Christian, all because I don't follow them.
I love your pants. Look at Mary, look at these pants. Those pants are awesome.
Oh, my shoes. You like my shoes?
Oh, the shoes, yes.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
Hi guys, we're out here at the Trump rally right now. As you guys can see over here, there's a lot of people. It's getting pretty big over across the street. We're trying to have open dialogue with Antifa. It's not really working out too well, so I'm going to spend some time asking people some questions. And I want to know what you think about the Second Amendment.
What I think about the Second Amendment means protection to me. The Second Amendment means our God-given protection, because if there was no government, if there was no state, you would still have to defend yourself from someone who would come into your house, come into your life, and want to take what you work so hard for. This is why we have the Second Amendment, so that we can use our God-given self, our God-given protection to arm ourselves. We have that God-given right to protect ourselves and defend ourselves, and the Second Amendment is the embodiment of that God-given protection. The Second Amendment also protects the First Amendment, which allows us to say what we want to say. You know, we have freedom of speech. You don't have freedom to not be offended. That's the whole point. You know, I see people making fun of Jesus. I see people making all kinds of terrible things. But you say something about Muhammad, and things are turning ugly. And that's the thing. You can't lose yourself.
It's like you read my mind. I'm actually that segues right into my second question. But first of all, let's see the shirt. I want to show the shirt. Well, my second question actually was, going to be, what do you think about the silencing on social media that's happening to everybody on the right? It happened to me. I think it's happened to you before. It's happened to a lot of us. And I want to know your opinion on the silencing in the First Amendment.
On the silencing in the First Amendment, well, it's exactly what it is. The algorithm, people are reaching out, people are starting to wake up. The Blexit movement, the walk away movement, the Lexit movement, the Bienvenido movement, all of these movements are gaining more and more traction the longer time goes on, and Facebook's looking for a reason to shut them down, to make them quiet. Candace Owens just got shut down. Paloma for Trump just got shut down. Hispanic Conservative is teetering on very thin.
I just came back.
You just came back. I just came back about a week ago, and I didn't do anything. I was never given a reason. So this is one of the reasons why I don't even have a page, because they will shut me down and they will throttle pages. So I don't play their game.
It is really hard when you have a following, because wait, that's not for us. That's not for us. That's not for us. That's not for us, girl. We're all okay here. So I have a big following as well, and that is frustrating when you build something up and then you get shut down really quickly. It's really frustrating, and it's a lot of hard work and a lot of money goes into these videos and a lot of time. So it is frustrating. So I do understand why you don't start a page. But thank you for talking to me. I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you for still coming, even though we're both uninvited.
Uninvited. Is united.
But we're still here, bitch.
The camera. Okay, so I'm here with Devin right now, and I'm noticing your flag.
Yes.
So are you homosexual?
I'm bisexual.
Awesome. Well, welcome home, fam.
Thank you.
And you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, actually, I have a different question for you. What do you think about the fact that he just tweeted that he wants to decriminalize homosexuality throughout the entire world?
That's an excellent objective. I think it serves to demonstrate to people that he isn't this homophobic president that people think he is. I think he's actually quite gay-friendly, especially having put Richard Grenell up in a high position of office. I think the media is just going to try and cover this up or try and spin it or try and call it some sort of marketing maneuver, but I believe him.
Well, they already are starting to do that. They're trying to say that he did this on purpose or to mock gay people. But I can tell you one thing. He also celebrated Pride Month last year. And last year, he actually lit up the Trump building in Chicago, and it went unnoticed. Narrative that they're trying to swim with, and I think it's crazy. I don't think that he's so pro-gay, but I also know that he's not against gay.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that it's brilliant that he honors all people, you know? Now we can actually ask you the question of why we're here. Yeah. So what do you think about the Second Amendment?
I think it's absolutely necessary, and I think people need to truly understand what it means, why it was invented, why it was created, and why it still needs to be upheld.
Right, definitely. Well, I think personally knowing the statistics of how many people die from guns, and then not knowing the statistics of how many times a gun saves people, like how many women are inside of parking lots late at night, how many gay people are walking to their car, how many times do we have to just pull out a gun and not have to use it, just because pulling it out is enough. Also, every time a mass shooting happens in gun-free zones.
Absolutely, that's true.
Do you think that's kind of crazy?
Yeah, of course it is.
So why do you think the left wants to still make even more gun-free zones if that's the case?
Because they're irrational.
Well,
and emotionally driven rather than logically driven.
I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. So then what's your take on the First Amendment and how they're silencing conservatives throughout Facebook and social media sites?
Well, you know, I do believe in the free market, so I do believe that it's Facebook and Twitter's right to silence who they want, but the thing is, they have to be upfront that they have this bias. I got to say, the First Amendment is what protects all other amendments. The First Amendment is the right that protects all other rights. The First Amendment is what civilized people have invented to avoid the use of violence, to come to consensus about what ideas are good and useful in society.
And I agree with you 100%. Actually, when I got kicked off of Facebook, I even said that they have that right, and I really did. I stuck up for Facebook. But let me tell you something else. Do you remember AT&T? Well, you might be. Well, we're both young. But AT&T back in the late 80s, AT&T went through a similar situation. Now, when Facebook makes it to where, though, they are the ones who rule over all of our businesses, our employment, our government, that's how we see what our leaders are saying, that's how we get to communicate with them. And when they go ahead and make that, then it's beyond just a place for friends. It's beyond a private business, in my view. I did agree with you 100% always until recently. Recently, it opened up my eyes to it when I thought about it, because I have my own small business. Yes. When I kicked off Facebook, my business started to fail. And my clientele they didn't know how to get a hold of me. That being said, at that moment I realized Facebook, they are controlling all employment, businesses, money, economy, our leaders, our voting, everything. So they are beyond a small business or a private business. They are a social public service masked as a private business. And so I agree with you, free market is free market, but legally we can't do anything. But I think, come on now, there's a time that you have to say when they are going beyond being a private business and becoming something that's controlling all of us. Yeah. If I want to serve you, I can serve you. Yeah. So that being said, it's really a fine line there. Can you agree on that?
I absolutely understand that a healthy discussion needs to take place between what is a private platform, what is a utility. It's very important that these discussions are happening on both right and left. It's absolutely shocking to see how many people on the left are actually for censorship now, just because it's ideas they don't like. It's a very, very dangerous. They really have to understand the moment that you give an authority figure the right to silence you, that authority figure will stay in power in perpetuity unless there's violence.
And if you're a free thinker, like I think the people on the left claim to be, if you're a free thinker, then guaranteed you will not have 100% viewpoints lined up with Mark Zuckerberg, meaning that's cool that they're silencing us and you're happy about it if you're on the left. But let me tell you, if they silence us, pretty soon there's going to be something that you don't agree with him on that they're going to silence you.
Exactly. That's right. And nobody's speech can not offend everybody. It's like if I talk to 10 people, maybe I won't offend somebody, but if I talk to 1,000 people, somebody's bound to be offended. Just banning somebody because their ideas or what they say is offensive, or you don't like it, you don't like your emotional reaction to it, that is no reason to use the force of law to silence this. And the left is digging themselves into a huge hole. I used to be on the left.
Me too, I walked away.
So I used to be a radical leftist, but the thing is, it's like when you begin to use the force of law to silence people, you're digging your own hole, because it's very important there's a healthy dialogue between personal responsibility and collective responsibility, which is really where the political split.
Thank you so much. It's nice to see you, and stay safe.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thanks.
At which point I ran into my sister from another mister, Miss Ricky Rebel.
Antifa for Trump! Woo! Antifa, my name's Antifa. Hey guys, I'm here with Ricky Rebel, and you just showed up. How long have you been here?
I literally got here 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well, welcome. It's already been eventful with Antifa over there across the street. We got some good dialogue, but for the most part, they're idiots. But I want to know, what's your opinion on the Second Amendment?
I think that we should all be allowed to have guns, because it's a right that we have, just in case our government decides to go AWOL on us, tyrannical, we'll be able to protect ourselves.
Isn't it crazy that on the left they're like, we think that it's horrible that cops kill people with guns, so nobody should have guns but cops?
Yeah, that's dumb. And then they want to give their guns away to the very government that they hate. They hate Trump so much, and they want to give them all your guns. That's real smart.
Do you think it's because of the poverty-stricken areas they're from?
I think it's the mainstream media. I think it's CNN, I think it's MSNBC, ABC, everybody. They're just so radicalized. They're very, very radical. They're not centrist at all. They become way too radicalized, and it's influenced everyone.
Right, I've actually talked about that before, where I said it's crazy how, like, at a job you have to sign a paper saying that you won't discriminate if you work at like a Baskin Robbins, for instance. But if you work in the media, you are allowed to be as biased as you want. I think that's really crazy. We should have those people sign the same papers that every other employee has to sign across the country.
Absolutely. Back in the day, it was cool if you were unbiased in the media. It was a really good thing to be as unbiased as possible, but now it's just become opinion.
Because we just want the fucking story, okay? Damn. Well, it's good to see you out here, and I'm so good to see you always.
We gotta represent, right?
Always.
It's always a good time seeing Ricky, and I'm really happy to see so many gay people out there supporting our president. Trump rallies give me such an emotion that I just can't describe. People are so loving, and people are from all demographics and all walks of life. And this next person I interview, you're going to have to wait till the next video to see, but if you guys cannot tell from this little bit of footage I'll show you, it is Omar Navarro, the one who will be beating Maxine Waters. Go ahead and use this time to subscribe and click the bell at the bottom so you're notified when I post this interview with the one and only Omar Navarro. And while you're at it, give us a like and a share. Duh.
My name is Christopher Drew. I go by the Adorable Deplorable, and I talk a lot of like common sensual politics.
From the decriminalization of homosexuality throughout the world that Trump's trying to do, also to Trump's rainbow fucking flag shirts, down to our pictures here today with everybody stopping us to take our picture because they loved us so much. All of you guys' shit saying that the right and the Republicans are against gays is debunked officially.
Trump 2020! And serve and work and serve and work and serve and work. Get it, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, queen, yes! Yes, you worked at like Mr. Trump. Get in, Dozio. Get it, boy. Daddy Trump, happy. And work and serve and work and serve. Antifa for Trump!
Where'd they go? Yeah. We don't want the U.S. lost.
For Trump! Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first Latino on the street.
Yes!
Yes, look at this girl. Work and work and serve and work.
Latinos for Trump! Yes! Work it back!
Put that bass in that walk. Let your whole body down.